Our sign language interpreter is Lensa Odingo. And remember, we would love to hear from you. You can send us your comments also, and you can send us on our social media pages. That is KBC Channel 1 and also on my pages, Cynthia Nyamai. Now, pensioners and employees entitled to gratuity are set to cash in after President William Ruto announced a tax exemption on pension and gratuity. Ruto, who led the country in marking the 60th Labor Day celebrations in Nairobi, also revealed that employers will now be legally required to claim employees' tax reliefs while filing PAYE returns to the Kenya Revenue Authority. Jacob Kioria has the details on the president's incentives for workers and businesses aimed at enhancing their take-home pay.
At Uhuru Gardens in the capital, Nairobi, workers milled into the grounds to mark the annual Labor Day fit, expectant of any tax release from the head of state, who was the chief guest, to ease pressure as they labor to build the economy. The workers were hopeful of a solution to the impasse regarding the implementation of the 6% pay increase announced by the president last year, which remains elusive. And the president pronounced himself on the matter.
It is not right, it is unacceptable, and I am directing the ministry to work with the head of public service to ensure that every employer makes sure that we implement the 6% increase of salary that we agreed upon last year.
Well, this year he kept off announcing any pay increments. The president focused on embracing a saving culture, citing the positive impact of NSSF contributions.
In just 2 years, we have mobilized 280 billion in national savings, nearly equal to what we saved over 6 decades. By end of this year, we will have doubled that 60-year figure. And by 2027, we project to have raised close to $1 trillion in domestic savings.
And in what appeared to be the government's latest efforts to offer relief to workers whose payslips appear to have been shrinking owing to statutory deductions, President William Ruto revealed the proposed Finance Bill 2025 will require employers to automatically apply tax reliefs and exemptions upfront for employees.
To improve workers' take-home pay, employers will now be required to apply eligible tax relief and exemptions directly when calculating pay as you earn, a significant shift from the current system where such reliefs can only be claimed from Kenya Revenue Authority.
Retirees and those due for gratuity payments will also reap more as the finance bill proposes tax breaks.
We must make sure that after retirement, all workers will have a decent livelihood and they can have a good measure of pension, and also make sure that they can have monthly income coming from their hard-earned savings.
The head of state says the Kenyan economy is stable and on an upward trajectory, saying they have introduced measures to ease the cost of doing business.
In 2022, Kenya was the 8th largest economy. In 2.5 years, we have managed to overtake Angola, we have managed to overtake Ethiopia. Now Kenya is the 6th largest economy in Africa. In fact, it is the largest economy in East and Central Africa.
The president also warned that constant political bickering risked compromising service delivery.
Uchaguzi inakuja 2027. Na Wakenya wataamua mambo ya uchaguzi 2027. Kwa sasa tushirikiane, kila mtu afanye kazi mahali ameajiriwa.
In the meantime, the government will start recruiting 20,000 additional teachers from January next year, having set aside 2.4 billion shillings for the exercise that is expected to improve the teacher-student ratio. Jacob Kioria, Prime Edition.